So I think the way to spot a good agave spirits tasting or tequila tasting would be, if possible, obviously check out the brands that you're gonna be tasting.
How you learned about it would be the first thing. If you got referred to somebody who knows about agave spirits and they said they've been to the distillery and they said, hey, this is the coolest experience that they've had, I think that would be a really good sign.
Usually try to stick to, like we were saying, more local vendors, people who are actually recognized for using artisanal processes or processes that actually care about the end product and are not like mass produced.
When you arrive at the distillery, take a look around, make sure that they're showing you the equipment that they use and not just some showpiece. There's a lot of distilleries that bring you to a touristic spot on their distillery property, and it's strictly for tourism.
And other than that, I would also look for knowledge on the part of whoever's giving the tasting. So if he's hesitant about certain things, if he can't answer simple questions, I think that would be an indication that it's probably not the most prepared person.
And then I think the third thing is when you go to sit down for the tasting and the expert who's explaining their spirits really talks about the spirits in a passionate and authentic way.
Try to look for knowledge from the part of whoever's giving the tasting, what kind of products they're offering, and try to stay away from like the super flashy stuff. I'm not saying they're all bad, but they usually are. Like I said, you're paying more for the bottle than you're actually paying for the liquid itself.